In order to build a great business, we know that there are some foundational pieces. We've got to have a purpose and a mission and some values. But when we go to think about that purpose, the reasons why we exist, the ultimate emotional outcome that we get for the customer, the mission, the set of very specific numbers, how many sales, how many properties under management this year, followed closely by our values, the way that we go to play the game, the rules. Our job is to make sure that those rules are super clear so that people can go to play at their best. So let's say, for example, that you're in a position that you're in a business and you say, you know what, Josh, one of our values is innovation. Okay, so now give me some evidence behaviors of what innovation looks like. Well, we're going to go and do this around when we go to do our auctions. We're going to have a dream team there. They're going to hand out brochures and bottles of water and watermelon, and we're going to be in a position that we literally get everyone really excited. We're going to have a coffee cart on the side, and that's going to be available for an extra $250 per auction. And we know that vendors are going to see a significant amount of value in that because we're really going to make it an event rather than just an auction where an auctioneer happens to turn up a minute before the auction time. Our job in really being great at what we do is to actually make sure that we're in this whole process of really looking at all the little things that makes a massive difference in the overall value. And what you've got to start thinking about is that in order to get the values right, you've got to start really thinking about what the behaviors are that actually exhibit those values. So if you had innovation at your core, then where are the other areas where you're actually innovating? And when you see that the business is not innovating, that should really drive some level of pain and inertia. We go, geez, I just don't feel good about this right now because we're actually not doing what we said that we would do. In order to be a phenomenal business, the job is to actually make sure that people actually live by those particular values. And now more than ever before, that they've actually got a set of very clearly evidenced behaviors of what it actually is to live that value out on a regular and consistent basis. If the leaders at the top don't live by the values, that's a challenge. If literally the people that are joining the business don't know what the values are, that's also a challenge. And values are beyond just the items that you have inside of the workplace agreement. The values are really like an ethos, that set of rules by how we go to play the game, that we hire, manage, and fire by those rules to actually make sure that people go to play at their best. So what are the values inside of your organization? And have you actually then got that next worksheet, which goes to show you the evidence behavior of someone actually living those values out? Do that, you've got a great business. And then you've got a great set of tools that you can actually use that allows your people to know exactly what to do in the absence of a policy, procedure, or system around something, so they can make quick decisions more often in the things that really matter on the inside of the business.